So, are you working to live or living to work? Hi, I'm Charly, your online business manager and WordPress expert. My goal is to assist small to medium business owners build their businesses with a focus on using the internet and online technologies in an appropriate and cost-effective manner. People hire me to take the stress out of managing their businesses and allow themselves to focus on what they do best. So, are you working to live or living to work? I use that phrase a lot. It's something my dad says to me a lot, and he has done since I was a very young woman entering the rat race. Charly, are you living to work or working to live? It was a reminder that whilst getting money through the door is important, it is not as important as actually living. As a business person, I find that question really important one to ask each and every day. So before I go on, I'd like to remind you all to come and join me on my locals community. This is a place where you can join the discussion, add advice, ask for advice. I want this to be the water cooler that we, as remote business owners or work from home business owners, simply don't have. Come and join me at askcharlyleatham.locals.com. That's askcharlyleatham.locals.com. And back to me. So, are you working to live or living to work? What's the difference, I hear you ask? Sometimes it's a small difference. Sometimes it's huge. It's all about the checks and the balances. Are you finding that you get yourself up in the morning, you start work, you work all day in your business and for your family, maybe even for your volunteer or your charity work? You head to bed and you repeat exactly the same thing the next day and the next day and the next day. And after all of that, you're still just barely making ends meet, if at all. Has this pattern gone on for a long time, for more than a couple of weeks? Is this a sign that this pattern is going to stop in the near future? If the answer to these questions is yes, and I think I might actually be hearing some of you saying, oh, yes, so this, then you're probably living to work. When this happens, it's hard to break the cycle, but break the cycle you have to. If you don't, you'll find yourself like I found myself a few years ago, burned out, unhappy, unhealthy, and wondering if anything was worth doing at all. So how do you break the pattern? You need to keep those dollars rolling in so you can pay your bills. So you need to work. You absolutely need to work. You can't just stop. But you can't afford to spend anything to get any help. Or can you? It's here that I'm going to recommend that you actually take a break for a day, maybe two, maybe a little bit longer. The first thing I found worked for me was to just get out, get away, walk barefoot in the grass. Okay, so maybe not in the southern states in Australia right now. Walk at the beach, go and have a cup of coffee somewhere, maybe go and have a glass of wine with a friend. Just do something that isn't what you usually do. Let your brain and your body remember what it's like to just not work. Then I'm going to recommend you find someone to coach or mentor you, someone who can ask the really hard questions and eventually get you the answers you need. Now, finding a coach or a mentor could take time. In the meantime, sit down and write out all the things that you do, and I mean all of them. Make that laundry list of things that you spend your time on in your business. Take that laundry list and prioritize it. Be brutally honest with yourselves. What things on that list are really bringing the dollars through the door? These are your priority. The others, well, we'll get to those probably in another podcast. Now, with that priority list, which ones can you do? You yourself personally, which ones can you do quickly and bring that bring in the majority of your income? Which ones still need doing, but you find yourself struggling to do? Finally, which of those priority tasks do you enjoy doing, and which are the ones that you find yourself having to go and find that mismatched sock pile and matching up all your socks? The ones that you can do quickly are the ones you keep for yourself to do in the short term. These are your good ROI, return on investment tasks. The others, I'm going to recommend you find someone else that can do them more quickly than you can and get them to do them for you. It seems counterintuitive, I know, paying someone to do something you can do yourself. But sometimes just paying someone to get those jobs done, to let you focus on what you do best and give you a little bit of time back for yourself, will turn your life around. You might also find getting an accountability buddy helps as well. Another business owner that you sit down with once a week, have a cuppa or a glass of wine perhaps, and go through all these things. Someone who will call you out if you start slipping, someone that you get to call out as well, but someone who can understand the struggle. Look, there's so much to delve into on this topic that today's podcast is just skimming the surface of it all. However, you may find employing just these few things makes life a little more enjoyable for you, bearable even. What's some advice that you have on this topic? How do you ensure that you are on track with your work? Leave some comments below or come over and join me on my locals community. The link's below and join the discussion there. Also, remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so you can find out when I drop more content. Have a fantastic week.